capable of bouncing back and scoring in bunches. They outscored UP 22-11 in that fourth quarter. UP was held scoreless the last 3 minutes of that fourth quarter, and that really was a difference. The lack of firepower in the end for the UP Fighting Maroons. You see UST shooting 46% compared to just 30% for the UP Fighting Maroons. 9 of 28 compared to 4 of 30. That was just a 13% shooting clip for the Fighting Maroons. Turnover points in favor as well of the Growling Tigers, 12-6, and a whopping advantage in terms of perimeter points, 43-12 in favor of the Growling Tigers.
Maybe when you look at the disparity in perimeter points, maybe Bright Acueti can do something about that in this game. He's coming off a 19-point game, albeit in that loss against UST, and Bright, just one of many big names in this loaded UP team. And they want to get back on the winning track.
And while it's still early in the season, Bright has been the most consistent force here for Coach Bo Perasol. As you mentioned, 19 points, 16 rebounds, 3 assists. The past game against the USC Growling Tigers, they were really deliberately pounding the ball inside to Bright. And the nice thing about Bright Acueti is that he is so selfless, not always willing to find an open teammate, whether it's under the basket or outside the three-point line. So expect him once again to be probably the focal point of the offense for Coach Bo Perasol.
Right, Acueti and the Fighting Maroons looking for win number 2 in this tournament. And let's bring in Yanni Mayo, the courtside reporter for UP. And Yanni, what is the mindset for the UP Fighting Maroons entering this ball game?
Yes, Mika and Marco, the Fighting Maroons is well aware of how tough it is to battle against the Adamson Soaring Falcons as they did in the Final Four last season. Now, in the previous practices, helping one another was the main motto of the guys as they did drills on strengthening their defense. With that, Coach Bo Perasol wants to instill in all 16 of them that right off the bat, they need to have a solid first line of defense in order to counter Adamson's strong guards as seen in their previous games. With that, the boys need to go into the court making decisions that is beneficial for the entire team. Ultimately, their drive to win needs to be coupled with doing what it takes to win. However, you guys mentioned about Bright Acueti a while ago. It was actually Bright and Piolonga's birthday last week, and they celebrated it, giving good vibes to the team. Separately, I was able to ask Bright and Pio what their birthday wishes were, and Bright said that he wants to remain healthy throughout the team, while Pio said that he wants to win the championship. Hopefully, those birthday wishes will prevail this season. Now, as for Kobe Paras, he was full swing yesterday in practice, and let's see if Coach Bo will field him in today. Back to you guys.
Well, Yanni, your question about Kobe Paras has been answered very, very quickly here by Coach Bo Perasol. Kobe Paras about to make his UAAP men's basketball debut.
Look at the starters here. What a talented lineup for both squads. Valandre Chauca for Adams and Armisi. This is a solid backcourt, but talk about the backcourt of Jun Manzo, Richie Rivero, and then you have Kobe Paras at the small forward or power forward position here for the Fighting Maroons.
Our officials for today, Jaime Rivano, Reynante Hufana, and our Chief Justice is Edgar Orpilla. And we're all set. Adamson versus UP. First possession goes to the Fighting Maroons. What are you looking for early in this ball game?
Well, I would look for UP to really start out strong. Again, first play of the ball game, they're looking to get Kobe Paras a touch so that he can really get his feet wet, so to speak.
So much anticipation for Kobe Paras, a legendary last name in UP basketball.
And another thing interesting, Nico, is how Paras and Rivero will both gel together. These two guys really are great scorers. By that time, Rivero dishing out the assist to David Murrell.
And David Murrell makes it 2-0 in favor of UP. Chauca to Camacho, the team captain, over to Duanga, the hero of that win over NU. Duanga against Bright. Duanga with a height advantage. And a steal by Kobe Paras. Lob pass, Murrell for 2.
That's another assist from Richie Rivero. Good vision.
PS bankable assist from Richie Rivero. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maasahan. Apply online. No collateral. So it's now 4-0 in favor of UP.
And Duanga is really going to have to step up his game because Bright Acueti, one of the most veteran big men that we have in the league right now.
Chauca to Duanga, blocked from behind by Rivero, but a foul is spotted by referee Jaime Rivano.
You know, if you're a UP fan, this is the type of start that you want. Here's that sidestep and then the last second dish under the basket for Merle.
So far, Richie Rivero and David Merle showing a lot of chemistry on the hard court. Meantime, 2 free throws for Lenda Duanga.
Merle has really been a good revelation here in this season 82 for UP. And one thing, one of the reasons for that, Nico, is that because he does not really need to be called plays for himself. Just does a lot of the intangibles, crashes the glass, runs on the break, cuts from the weak side. So he's been the beneficiary of a lot of the attention going towards Richie Rivero, Juan Gomez de Lian, even Javi Gomez de Liano.
Manzo all the way for the layup, and it's now 6-1 in favor of UP after that Jollibee 100%. The amazing move.
Because so much attention is being given to Bright under the basket. No help defense there on that penetration from June Manzo.
Hanmisi hounded by Manzo. Interesting defensive assignment for Manzo. Hanmisi, runner is good.
I like the idea of putting a smaller, quicker guard against Jerica Hanmisi, but that time Hanmisi, good recognition, penetrates inside the paint, and then a soft floater for the finish.
Kobe Paras for 3. And Bright Nakueti with an offensive rebound. Putback no-go and a putback slam for David Morel. A Yamaha Mio #1 move, and that will put UP on top 8-3.
And that's what we're talking about from David Merle. Coming out of nowhere, nobody putting a body on number 10 for the Maroons.
Duanga inside, off the glass is good. Mandalife Vision player leading to that basket by Lenda Duanga. Ooh, blocked by Duanga, and Rivero is down, and the ball will stay with UP.
And that's what Duanga has to do. You know, this UP squad full of very capable penetrators, as we see this putback coming from Bright Nakueti. Oh, sorry, that was the putback slam from Merle.
Paras in motion. Paras is fouled by Simon Camacho. Oh, you have to wonder what's going through the mind of Kobe Paras, Coach Bob Perason. Finally, with the opportunity to unleash Kobe Paras after Kobe missed the first 2 games of UP.
And Nico, not just the first 2 games, but actually sitting out the entire season for residency. So you can be sure this kid is really excited to play here in the UAAP.
Meantime, Bright Nakueti was fouled on that move. The foul was against Pete Saldivar. And Kobe, wow. I mean, the journey of Kobe Paras, you know, from
story in itself.
Yes, yeah, from LaSalle Green Hills and then going to Compton, going to the United States on his own.
Yes.
As Bright Nakueti takes 2 free throws, and the first is good.
As you mentioned, this is where Bright gets a lot of his points from the free throw line, because he's one of the guys that gets fouled how many times, averaging about 6 free throw attempts per ball game.
Juan Gomez de Liano waiting for his turn to get in the ball game. Earlier, it was Javi Gomez de Liano on your screens. Val Chauca quickly becoming one of the entertaining players in the UAAP.
Never saw a shot that he didn't think he could make.
Never saw a shot or a driving lane that he did not like. Meantime, here's Kobe Paras. Fall away, no go, and a rebound picked up by Chauca. Chauca steps on the gas. Chauca handoff Camacho. Camacho with nowhere to go. Outside Chauca. Chauca fakes, fires, 2 points.
Nice up fake, 1 dribble pull up. No help defense there after the flyby by Camacho.
I tell you, this point guard rotation of Adamson it's nasty with Jerome Lastimosa and Val Chauca.
Miscommunication between Manzo and Kobe Paras, as Paras was not looking.
A turnover against the Falcons. Paras to Rivero. Richie Rivero. Reverse, no. And a tip-in is good for Bright Nakueti.
This is where Bright as well gets a lot of his points on those offensive rebounds, putbacks, tip-ins.
5-point ball game in favor of the Fighting Maroons as we near the halfway mark of the opening period. Chauca inside, Chauca to Camacho. Basket will not count as Camacho was stepping on the line. Here's a McDonald's instant replay. Missed by Richie Rivera, but Bright Acueti is there, ever reliable near the basket.
That was almost another beautiful assist there from Balandre Chauca, except that Camacho was stepping on the baseline.
By the way, Vince Magbuhos, number 29, is in the ball game for Adamson, replacing Zaldivar. Kobe Paras, and he is fouled, and he will have an opportunity to score his first 2 points in the UAAP.
And you know what I like about Kobe Paras' start here in this ballgame is that he has really been aggressive on the offensive end. And you know, he's a very interesting specimen because stands at about 6'5", 6'6", possibly even close to 6'7". Has the perimeter skills, can shoot from the outside, drive, and has great upper body strength.
So he was not fouled in the act of shooting as Manso uncorks. Rebound for Duwanga.
This is one of the areas where UP has really struggled this season, shooting just 16% on the season so far.
From Rainbow Country.
From Rainbow Country, yeah.
It's Magbuhos connects.
It's Magbuhos.
Slowly but surely, Adamson cutting the deficit down to just 3 points.
And we've hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint here in the opening period. Richie Riveros lost the ball, and Aaron Flowers secures the loose ball.
Oh, would have been a dunk attempt there for Duwanga, just not able to get his hands on that forward pass from Anmisi.
4:46 remaining in the first. Duwanga and the Falcons down by 3. Fajbar, Obar Sasaya, Noah Webb, Will Gozum, and the rest of the Fighting Maroons celebrating earlier. Why not? They're on top here, 12-9. And of course, Mr. Atinto, Paul Desiderio, part of our big Sunday crowd inside the Mall of Asia Arena.
New faces on the floor as well for the Fighting Maroons. JB Mantilla playing the point guard spot. Jerson Prado now on the floor replacing Bright Acueti.
Rivero, 12 to shoot. Richie Rivero on the move. Rivero, nowhere to go. Over to Kobe Paras for 2.
Kobe Paras.
What a flex! Kakaibang move. Richie Rivero to Kobe Paras.
UP fans loving that connection between Rivero and Paras, cutting from the weak side and then with the ability to finish after the foul.
Yep. Richie Rivero saying, yep, that's Kobe Paras. The guy,
As if he
the
needed
guy
an
you've been waiting
introduction,
for. is finally playing, and he completes the three-point play. Meantime, Chauca hands it over to Magbuhos. 6-point ball game in favor of the Fighting Maroons. Chauca to Flowers. Shot clock down to 10. Flowers goes right. Flowers attacks and misses. And a one-handed rebound for Richie Rivero.
You know, with Kobe Paras on the floor, you have an extra shot blocker who can really elevate and challenge those penetrations, even with Bright Acueti on the bench.
Merle runs into trouble, and he was caught dancing to the wrong song, and the ball will go back to Adamson.
Good defensive position there on the part of Adamson. That's Vince Magbuhos, and there's that turnover for Merle as Juan GDL makes his entrance. Has so far had a subpar season 82, averaging just 5 points per game from averaging about 17 last season.
So it's Chauca, Flowers, Nisi, Magbuhos, and Duanga for Adamson. Here in the remaining moments of the opening quarter. Magbuhos, entry pass, Duanga, perfect.
Just shoving his way, creating space against Gerson Prado. Easy 2 points.
Still a 4-point lead for UP as we near the last 3 minutes of the opening period. Juan Gomez de Leaño coming off the bench. Kobe Paras on the move, and he is fouled by Chauca.
Again, Kobe Paras continuing to put pressure on the defense after that gamble from Flowers. Nothing much Chauca could do but reach in and pick up the foul.
Adamson already in the penalty, and Noah Webb checks in here for UP as David Morel goes to the bench, and 2 free throws for Kobe Paras.
Already his second trip to the free throw line. 2 for 2 so far for Kobe.
Richie Rivero so far scoreless, but he did find David Merle twice for a couple of assists.
And you know, the luxury here for Coach Bo Perasol, Nico, is that your #1 scorer so far this season, Javi Gomez de Leaño, has yet to see any action, and you're up by 5.
I mean, UP with a multitude of offensive weapons. I mean, JD Tongkab can be an offensive weapon. We saw Javi wreak havoc during the opening game of the Fighting Maroons.
And that's the reason why expectations really so high for arguably one of the most talented UP squads we've seen in at least a couple of decades.
Holding foul, number 2, JB Manila.
I mean, with all due respect to a lot of valiant UP super scorers in the past, Mike Bravo comes to mind, you have Destorminator, Javi Nunag, all the valiant UP players, but when you look at the talent level and the star power of this UP team, it's quite astonishing.
I think really all of them coming together at the same time. There have been teams, iterations where there have been 1 or 2 star players, really scorers on the squad, but right now you have at least 4 or 5 coming together.
Jerome Lastimosa snatching the ball away and going all the way for a C2 fast break. Missed there by the Fighting Maroons. Gerson Prado outside. Mantilla says, why are we rushing? Well, they kind of need to rush. 6 seconds to shoot here. Mantilla still has it. 3 seconds to shoot. Noah Webb from the corner. A high looper. And the ball ends up with Magbuhos.
Not much happening on that sequence. Juan Gomez de Leaño not even getting a touch of the basketball.
And there's a bump here as Duanga goes to the floor.
That's going to be a foul away from the ball on Gerson Prado there at the back of your screens.
Oh, he may have stepped on the line there.
Side referee calling the foul on Prado. So ball is going to stay with Adamson.
There's Prado. That's his first personal, team foul number 3. Substitution. Aaron Fermin.
Rookie Aaron Fermin. The big rookie power forward for Coach Franz Pumanan checks in for Lenda Duanga. Was Mike Bravo your
Shot clock at 14
biggest
seconds.
problem when you were playing the Fighting Maroons during your time?
In terms of scoring, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Hindi ko na nabutan yung Paulo Mendoza.
Oh my gosh, Paulo Mendoza was a super duper scorer. Flowers. Swipe by Mantilla. Mantilla on the move. Mantilla loses the ball, but it will stay with UP.
So far, you like the effort here of rookie JV Mantilla, really causing a lot of problems for the guards of Adamson.
It's nice that you you bring up Paulo Mendoza, and in their batch that was an awesome batch as Kobe Paras misses with Oji Gumatay and the late Brian Gahol.
Back in foul number 2.
A miss on the penetration from Kobe Paras. That's going to be a foul against Mantilla. So slowly but surely, once again, Adamson sticking close, just down by 3 with less than 2 minutes here in the first quarter.
Of course, during our time, Bo Perosol was the super scorer for UP. Meantime, here's Fermin. Under 2 minutes remaining. Good pass. And not so good to finish. But they still have the ball in Magbuhos. Calmly sinks the pull-up. And it is now 16-15. UP holding on to a precarious 1-point lead.
Another baseline jumper, but this time from the opposite end from
And
Vince
there's that
Magbuhos.
pressure defense for the Falcons. And that will be a goaltending violation against Juan Gomez de Leaño. And so the lead will now go to Adamson at 17-16.
That's going to be turnover number 5.
On 20 returns to Jason Brando.
Juan Gomez de Leaño very frustrated here in the first quarter. Has not yet gotten an attempt.
Give a lot of credit to this really relentless Adamson defense. Kobe Paras on the move. Paras misses the dunk, but he was fouled.
Bad intentions there from Kobe Paras.
I have 3 words. Masama ang manak ni Kobe Paras. Oh my gosh.
Would have been a poster.
The foul was against Aaron Fermin, who gallantly tried to challenge that dunk.
That's one way to break a press. You know, this Adamson squad, that has been their calling card, especially under Coach Franz Paman in that full court press. But when you have a 6'5", 6'6" wingman who can put the ball on the floor and attack the basket with bad intentions.
I mean, the athleticism of this season, of the players in season 82, when we asked what's your more, that's what we got more of, athleticism.
We saw a lot of that from UST with Ren Zabando.
Noah Webb.
As Javi Gomez de Leaño now makes his way as we close the first quarter. So Kobe with 5 points. Sorry, make that. That's right, 6 points in the game.
As Lastimosa escapes and he was fouled. And I tell you, this point guard rotation of Chauca and Lastimosa is the stuff nightmares are made of.
The backdoor cut from the weak side, and you know, Adamson does not give you a lot of highlights, but right now they're already in the lead by 1 with Lastimosa with a chance to make it 2 points.
Kobe has been very busy from the free throw line.
4 out of 5, while Adamson 1 out of 2 as a team.
The Gomez de Leaño brothers are in the backcourt. Bright Acueti back to 1 GDL. Manso is asking for it. Over to Paras. Paras baseline, and the ball goes out. It will stay with UP.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
Kobe
10
really
seconds
recognizing
to
that the closeout on him is a step slow. Has really tried to penetrate and attack the basket.
Under a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Shot clock down to 7. Blocked by Lastimosa. Acueti has it. Acueti for 2. No go. And rebound for Fermin. Lastimosa is on the move.
A lot of time on the shot clock.
Lastimosa to Fermin. He has that shot. He takes it. But he doesn't make it. But he has the green light to take that 3.
It's going to be another turnover.
And it's up for grabs. Bright has it. And furious action between Bright and Aaron Fermin and Aaron Flowers as well getting into the action.
Here's that pass from Juan Gomez de Liano was deflected, the scuffle, and then I think what Bright did not appreciate was this dive from Fermin.
Bright asking, what was that for? Maybe if you ask Fermin, I was just going for the ball. Bright just happened to be there.
Referee is correctly calling that foul.
Well, actually, referee Rivano, or check that, referee Mufana is actually trying to review this play. It's going to be up to crew chief Edgar Orpilla who will decide what sportsmanlike foul.
That's going to go against Aaron
Against
Fermin.
Fermin.
I think they're going to say that there was no intention to go for the basketball on the initial contact.
Or maybe it happened after the whistle was blown.
Meanwhile, Adamson currently on a 9-2 run, with UP only having one field goal made in the last 4 and 30 of this first quarter.
Two free throws for Bright of 20.
So Bright is going to get 2 free throws. And UP will also likely have ball possession.
Well, the intensity of this game is certainly justified. Perosol surely still remembers what happened in the Final Four last year quite fondly. Now, Franz Fumaro remembers the Final Four last year in a very different way.
One game, pretty much one game away from entering the finals.
Maverick Anmisi, the older brother of Jerick Anmisi, they actually play very differently.
Yeah.
Maverick is like a battering ram. He's just
Power guard.
Yes.
Well, Jerick is, of course, sweet shooter.
Exactly. Whoa, steal by Magbuhos. Anmisi. 15 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. The Falcons can write the last sentence of the opening chapter. 10 seconds remaining in the opening period. Anmisi has it. Anmisi against Javi Gomez de Liano. Anmisi step back, blocked by Javi. And that ends the opening period.
That's great defense there on the part of Javi Gomez de Liano, anticipating that sidestep pull-up.
So after the opening quarter, the Adamson Soaring Falcons using a 9-2 run to grab the lead at 20-18. We'll be back with the second quarter after these. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, 1 quarter down, 3 more quarters to go. Miko Halili with Marco Benitez, Rain Matienzo, and Yanni Mayo. And at the end of the opening quarter, Adamson is on top by 2, 20-18. And what stood out for you, Marco, from the opening 10 minutes of play?
Well, I think, Miko, first of all, early start as you see Diego Dario on your screens.
And Sam Corrales.
Corrales, former courtside reporter. As you mentioned, early start, good start for the UP Fighting Maroons. But again, Adamson has been their practice clawing their way back through hard-nosed blue chip kind of basketball. Vince Magbuhos has been a big positive here for Coach Franz Pumaren. And we saw, of course, the debut of Kobe Paras giving a good account of himself in that first quarter.
Kobe Paras scoring 6 points off the after starting. He was part of the starting unit for Coach Bo Perasol. Turnover here against the Falcons.
Falcons already with 7 turnovers in the ball game, while UP has 5.
Chiara Permentilla of the Adamson Lady Falcons on your screens earlier.
Another miss from the field for Javi Gomez de Liano. You know, Miko, one thing about UP this season, as we see that long triple miss there from Anmisi, is that their three-point shooting has not been at the same level as last season. They're only averaging about 16%, has yet to connect in this ball game.
Oh, nice swipe by Akweti. One GDL has it. One Gomez de Liano loses the ball. It will go to Adamson.
That's great heads-up defense there from Magbuhos, tying up one Gomez de Liano.
Boy, Vince Magbuhos has been quite the positive force off the bench.
And, you know, very typical of any Adamson player. Not a lot of fanfare, but really getting the job done for Coach Franz.
A minute having gone by here in the second quarter. Magbuhos, wait a minute, a foul is spotted here.
That's going to be a holding foul. I think that's going to go against Merle.
Holding foul at number 10, David Morrell. That's his first personal, first team foul.
First personal foul against Merle, and the first team foul against the Fighting
14
Maroons.
seconds on the shot clock.
Lastimosa. Magbuhos. Shot clock down to 5. Joshua Hierro has the ball. Shot clock down to 2. Hierro gets away, no go. Couldn't finish, and the ball will go to UP.
Another good stop here for the Fighting Maroons. Let's see if they can execute something really cohesive on the offensive end. One thing that has been the difference, in my opinion, Miko, this season is that they're not averaging that many assists per ball game. They're only averaging about 12 assists per game. Last season, they're about number 1 in the league with about 19 assists per ball game.
Javi Gomez Eliano attacks, sets up right. Akweti to Merle to 1 GDL. 8.5 remaining in the first half. And the Fighting Maroons are down by 2. 1 Gomez Eliano to brother Javi. 4-3. Rebound, Duwanga.
So far, 0 out of 5 from deep are the Maroons.
Chauca for 3. Short. Chauca got the offensive rebound and ran out of space, and apparently he was pushed by Jun Manzo.
So he's there to challenge Chauca and box him out as well. Shooter always pretty much the best guy to know where the ball is going to go after his shot.
Val Chauca and the Soaring Falcons are on top by 2. We'll be back after this timeout. Checking our BDO coaches' winning ways, and Franz Pumarin, boy, does he know winning.
And when you're a player of Coach Franz Pumarin, you better listen.
Shot clock in 14 seconds.
When I interview Coach Franz, I listen. Okay. I really listen. Meantime, Duwanga to Chauka. Foul, Chauka inside. Foul, Chauka for 2.
What a fearless penetration there from Chauka at the basket. First basket of the quarter for Adamson. Meanwhile, UP has been scoreless in the last 3 minutes.
Adamson soaring Falcons on top, 22-18. Morel, lob pass, Akweti underneath, no! Almost, but not quite. Great job by the Fighting Maroons to get the ball back. Morel to Juan Gomez de Leaño. To Tungkab, who just checked in the ball game. He fires from the corner, and a rebound here for Ahan Misi.
Duwanga and Bright Akweti have really been having an epic battle inside the paint.
That's a 3 for Chauka. Pure gold always panalo move, and the Falcons now on top by 7 points.
As UP is still scoreless from the field. 0 field goals in the last 7 minutes as Adamson's lead is stretched to 7.
Murrell against Magbuhos. Murrell, drop pass. Javi Gomez de Leaño will lose the ball. Hierro dives for it. And then sends it over to Chauka. Chauka for 3.
Would have brought the house down. That was an early trigger.
I'm not sure Coach Franz was a fan of that shot. Nonetheless, Adamson on top here, 25-18. Shot clock down to 8. And another swipe almost for the Falcons. Tungkab goes right. Tungkab drives. 2 points.
First field goal in the last 7 minutes.
Jollibee 100%. The amazing move for JD Tungkab. Instant offense for Tungkab coming off the bench.
Richie Rivero getting ready to make his way into the game. That's going to be a foul against JD Tungkab, sticking too close to Anmisi.
Foul number 11, JD Tungkab. Richie Rivero.
Donald's instant replay, and Val Chauka, this is his specialty.
Yeah.
Off-balance, spectacular moves.
Pati yung 3 points off balance.
Also,
Saan ka lang malayo?
But not afraid to take it right to the body of Bright Akweti.
Oh, see the first appearance of J-Boy Gob.
Kobe Paras as well making his way back into the game.
Richie Rivero clears the rebound. He joins JD Tungkab, J-Boy Gob, Javi Gomez de Leaño, and Kobe Paras. Approaching the halfway mark of the second quarter. Gob inside and lost the ball. It will go back to the soaring Falcons.
Had the right intention there, did Richie Rivero, but Gob cold off the bench, was in traffic, was not able to get a handle on it.
In fact, this is his first game in season 82. So quite an opportunity for him in this big game. Duwanga against Gob, and he has to guard Duwanga, who puts up a wild shot.
And good defense there on the part of Gob, just putting a body.
Rivero bumped by Hierro.
That's going to be the second team
Pushing foul
foul
number 6, Joshua Hierro.
of Adamson. Here the second.
First team foul.
First personal foul against Joshua Hierro.
Substitution, AP Manlapas
Both
for
teams
Joshua Hierro.
have not really gotten a good flow to their offense. UP has 9 turnovers, Adamson has 7.
MB Gomez de Leaño.
Danchan Haboneta now makes his way into the game,
14 seconds.
replacing Javi Gomez de Leaño.
As well as Apman Lapas of Adamson, number 4. Meantime, here's Kobe Paras. He had 6 points in the opening quarter. Paras inside, 2 points.
There you see the athleticism there of Kobe Paras getting that screen on the top on top.
Oh, Magbuhos is hurt. He's there in front of the Adamson bench. He's holding on to his shin.
Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Vince Magbuhos with 4 points. He has a rebound. He's played solid defense in this game.
Flowers for Vince Magbuhos.
And he'll have to be replaced. Aaron Flowers checks in for Vince Magbuhos. The Flowers will join Anmisi, Chauca, Duwanga, and Manlapas.
Your stats on your screens. David Burrell, 3 out of 3 from the field. He and Kobe Paras so far are the leading scorers with 6 points apiece, while the rest of the team are 5 of 21 from the field.
Chauca for 3. It rattles in. Yes, sir.
Cannot give him that type of an opening.
As we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint, it is 28-22 in favor of the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Back in a moment. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, the rematch of last year's epic Final Four. Adamson against UP. And so far, it's been the Val Chauca show for the Soaring Falcons.
They scored all of their points here in the second quarter. 10 points in this game so far. Leading scorer this quarter, he has 8. All of Adamson's 8 points, while UP has only scored 4 points here in the second.
Richie Rivero against AP Manlapas. Jan Haboneta for 3. Rebound for J-Boy Gob. JD Tongkab has it. Tongkab spins. Emergency pass to Haboneta. Shot clock winding down. 3 seconds to shoot. Tongkab losing the basketball, and the shot clock expires in the Fighting Maroons.
Again, that patented Adamson defense stifling the offensive sequence. Very interesting lineup here for Coach Pope. Rasol Rivero, Paras, G-Boy Gob, and then you have Tungkab and Jan Haboneta.
Meantime, it's Chauca, Anmisi, Flowers, Duwanga, and Manlapas for the Soaring Falcons. Chauca, Manlapas, shot clock down to 8. Manlapas loses the ball. It will stay with Adamson. Coach Pat Aquino and the NU Lady Bulldogs, 83 straight wins.
That's just unprecedented.
83 straight victories. Wow.
Number 12, J-Boy.
That's why Jack Daniel Animam of the Lady Bulldogs is my favorite UAAP player because of their utter dominance in women's basketball.
14 seconds.
It feels weird saying an 83-game winning streak.
That's how many seasons? What, 7 straight seasons?
Meantime, Chauca, shot clock winding down. Chauca on the move. Last minute pass to Duwanga. An excellent job by Jun Manzo in locking up that basketball with Duwanga.
Chauca just taking too much time off of the shot clock.
Ball possession.
Duwanga was
the UP Fighting
caught in traffic.
The possession arrow points in UP's direction. 4:01 remaining in the second period.
Coach Franz is going to use this backcourt of Lastimosa and Chauca. We saw this against UE the last 4 minutes of the game. Gives them a lot more speed and a lot more pressure.
Backcourt violation.
Again, that's a almost unforgivable turnover there for UP. Not a lot of pressure on the backcourt. 8-second violation for the Fighting Maroons.
Under 4 minutes remaining in the second period. Chauca has been the man of the moment, but he lost the ball. Duwanga has it. Lastimosa, shot clock winding down. Jerome Lastimosa all the way.
That's a great pass fake there to the corner and then finishing with the left.
Seven points for Jerome Lastimosa. And a steal by the Soaring Falcons. And an unsportsmanlike foul here on the Fighting Maroons.
Go against Jan Haboneta. And again, that full court pressure of Adamson causing a lot of havoc. Turnover number 12 for the Fighting Maroons.
Here's what happened. Here's the contact. Obi Paras, Jajan Haboneta, and Lenda Duwanga, all part of that very intense sequence. But yeah, Adamson head coach Franz Moare went up to both Haboneta and Paras and said, you know, all part of the game.
And I don't think there was anything intentional there on the part of Kobe Paras if ever it does go against Kobe, but except the fact that it hit Duwanga on the face.
Besides, if you're gonna hurt someone, you will not hurt someone as big as Duwanga. That does not make sense.
So the fact that he got caught on the face, even though it was unintentional on the part of Kobe, at least it looked unintentional, might merit the unsportsmanlike. Jerome Lastimosa on your screen, 7 points. Still perfect from the field. He is +8 for Adamson on the floor.
That's why the Lastimosa-Chauca combination is so lethal for Coach Franz Pomares.
And you know, first couple of games looked like they had a hard time getting their chemistry going, but in that game against UE, I think Coach Franz Pomares really found the perfect combination of when to use these two Spitfire guards.
Sabi ni Coach Franz, bakit pa pinapera pa sarili? Ipagsabay ko na kayong dalawa.
Tama.
Because the first game, di ba, parang nararamdaman mo na parang, okay, who's going to have the minutes?
Right.
Kasi nagpapalitan sila sa point guard.
I think Chauca started on that first game.
Because they're just so talented as Duwanga is on the line and the free throw is good. And so Franz Pomares probably figured, you know what? I think sabay na lang. Mas masaya.
Bahala kayo dyan.
So Chauca against Mantilla in the backcourt. Shot clock down to 7. Flowers against Paras. Shot clock down to 4. Chauca pulling up for 3. In and out. But Flowers is there. Put back. No go.
Sorry, miss there on the part of Flowers. Nobody there boxing him out.
And Bright could not secure the pass coming from Richie Rivero. Turnover against UP.
Had the right thing in mind there, but just a little too much juice on the pass.
Richie Rivero really actively looking for teammates on the floor. 10-point ball game in favor of Adamson. Chauca, off-balance shot, specialty of the house.
Just loves to draw the contact. And you know, because of his frame, konting contact lang dun kay Bright, lumilipat na itong si Chauca.
I think gusto rin niya lumilipat sa off contact. It's really where he gets his leverage.
Yeah.
Chauca is like the kind of guy, if he has a wide open layup, he'll find a way to make it complicated.
Now with 11 points, averaging about 14 points per game.
And you know, and Chauca really has the look, complete with the headband and the neon green sneakers, and has that swag and makes the second free throw.
Has really been a good addition, big addition to this Adamson squad.
12-point lead for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. UP trying to regroup. We'll be back in a moment. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena. This is the UAAP Season 82 live on SNA and I Want. And right now, the Adamson Soaring Falcons in command, enjoying their biggest lead of the game at 12 points. Professor Kiko Diaz of the University of the Philippines, part of this big Sunday crowd, witnessing this showdown between the Falcons and the Fighting Maroons.
And the big concern here for UP is they've only scored 4 points this entire second quarter.
Paras inside, Paras, no go. And JB Mantilla will commit the loose ball foul.
That's going to send Aaron Flowers to the free throw line. Adamson with 14 points. So there you see on your screens, 4 points for UP, 7 turnovers already.
Two free throws for Aaron Flowers.
Meanwhile, Valandre Chauca has scored 10 points here in the second quarter.
First free throw is good for Aaron Flowers. Favorite basketball player is Kobe Bryant. This is the Kobe Bryant generation.
Yes.
Ikaw ba, ano bang generation mo? Wilt Chamberlain ka ba? Ano ka ba, Bill Russell?
Jordan naman.
Pete Maravich? Ano mo?
Again, full court pressure coming from Adamson.
Juan Gomez de Leaño. Inside, handoff, Akweti for two.
Again, last second dish, nice find. And that's the way to break the press. Make them pay by scoring on the opposite end.
Approaching the last 2 minutes of the second quarter, Falcons still on top 36-24. AP Manlapas will miss. Juan Gomez de Leaño has it. One GDL to Mantilla off the glass. No! Bright Akweti inside. Blocked by Flowers.
A solid defense there on the part of Adamson.
Chauca. Interception by Morel. Morel to one GDL to Bright. And it will stay with UP.
And Chauca opting to go for the cross-court hook pass, resulting in a turnover. But here's that stifling defense against Akweti.
It's both Flowers and Manlapas teaming up for that defensive stand. So 1:48 remaining in the second period. UP trying to engineer a late run here in the second quarter. Mantilla. One GDL for three. In and out. Tap by Mantilla, and the ball will go to Adamson.
And one has really struggled from the outside here in season 82, has yet to find that stroke. Last season he was averaging about 30% from long distance. This was the concern, Miko, against UST. They scored just 11 points in the fourth quarter. Dito sa second quarter ngayon, 6 points pa lang itong UP Fighting Maroons.
Meantime, Anmisi handoff. Chauka for 3. Yes, sir!
While Val Chauka single-handedly has scored 13 in the second quarter.
Chauka with 15 points. Lastimosa with 7 points. There's your dreaded point
Backcourt.
guard combo of Adamson. Kobe Paras inside. And Kobe Paras will take 2. And a foul against Aaron Flowers.
You have to give Kobe credit, still continuing to attack, but here's that handoff. That's just bad defense. You have to recognize that the guy you're defending is a shooter. Mantilla hanging back. Was a wide open shot there for Chauka.
Check that, the foul was against Lenda Doanga, his first personal. And on your screens, Kobe Paras with 8 points so far in this game. Make that 9 points.
Been one of the few bright spots for Coach Bo Perasol. Paras right now with the lead as the leading scorer for their squad.
A split from the line, but Bright has it. Akueti missed it. Another chance for the Fighting Maroons. And a steal by Anmisi. Anmisi, oh, Lastimosa could not secure the bounce pass.
That was a nice pass there. Was not able to handle was Lastimosa.
I think there was a medyo may pektos din yung pase. That's why it spun out of Lastimosa's hands.
For David Morel.
So the ball will go back to the Fighting Maroons.
Still about 2 possessions for UP here. As you see the free throws this quarter, 6 of 6 from the line is Adamson, while UP is 1 out of 2.
Under a minute remaining in the second period. 1 GDL to heavy GDL. The runner too strong. Rebound, Mantilla. I don't know how Mantilla got that rebound against Lenda Doanga, but the ball will go out in favor of Adamson. 30 seconds remaining in the second period. JV Mantilla and the Fighting Maroons trailing here, 39-25. Big Sunday crowd inside the Mall of Asia Arena for UAAP Sunday. Val Chauka, boy, he has done a lot of damage here for Adamson, especially in the second quarter. Shot clock down to 9. Chauka still has the ball. Chauka, where's he going? Chauca, runner is good!
Wow, what a shot there from Chauca. Nobody else touching the ball on that possession. Another turnover here for UP.
Chauca, 1 second to go at the buzzer! Straight, just a bit short, but Val Chauca, the man of the moment for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Chauca with 17 points to lead all scorers, and the Soaring Falcons are indeed soaring here. 41-25 over the UP Fighting Maroons. We'll be back with more. This is the UAAP on SNA. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, where the Adamson Soaring Falcons are dominating so far in this rematch of last year's Final Four. Adamson 41, UP 25. Nico Alili here with Marco Benitez. And Marco, what are your observations from the first 2 quarters of this game?
Well, first quarter, UP started out strong. They had about a 12-4, 12-6 advantage, but then Adamson clawing their way back with hard-nosed defense and excellent shot making, especially in the second quarter. Valandre Chauca, pretty much all of his points, 13 of his 15 points coming in the second quarter. And then UP, of course, having a lot of problems turning the ball over. 15 turnovers already, Nico, in the first half alone. They average about 18 turnovers per game in season 81. Right now, they have 15 in the first half.
What a second quarter for Val Chauca. He was a one-man wrecking crew for the Soaring Falcons. This is the UAAP men's basketball debut of Kobe Paras.
He has been one of the bright spots for the Fighting Maroons. So far, he is their leading scorer with 9 points in the game. Jerome Lastimosa, 3 out of 3 from the field, 7 points in the first half. And again, Valandre Chauca with a wide array of spectacular shots, including that one.
Bawal ang madali eh. Val Chauca and the Soaring Falcons also dominating in a lot of other categories.
These are the stats that stand out in this ball game. 48 to 27% from the field, 3 out of 11 for Adamson, 0 of 8 from the three-point line for the UP Fighting Maroons. Last season, they were one of the best in terms of three-point shooting. Bench points 15 to 2, and you know what makes this interesting is that from their bench you have the Deliano brothers coming off the bench for UP. So far a subpar outing from the offensive end, but offensive rebounds, 15 offensive rebounds for UP, but second chance points, just 4 second chance points for the Fighting Maroons. Leading scorers, Valandre Chauca, 17 points already. Kobe Paras, as we mentioned, leading scorer for UP. 9 rebounds for Bright Acueti, 3 for Aiden Flowers. Valandre Chauca also the leading assist man for Adamson, while Richie Rivero has made a conscious effort to distribute the basketball, find his open teammates.
The urgency to bounce back in the second half, of course, rests on the shoulders of the UP Fighting Maroons. So let's find out what the Fighting Maroons talked about at the half. Yanni Mayo is now joining us. Yanni?
Miko and Marco, a while ago, you asked what was going on in Coach Bo Perasol and Kobe Paras's mind now that Kobe is able to play. Leadership, energy, and confidence are the 3 factors that Kobe brings into the team, according to Coach Bo. He is able to motivate the team to have a quicker pace throughout the game. Now going in UP, that was Kobe's decision 100%. No external factors. He loves that the team, it really is a family and that they are brothers on and off the court. Now, for this game, Coach Bo mentioned that the problem is that the boys back down with whatever Adamson is doing, and he reminded the guys that they need to be more sure of their decisions because they practice this every day. Miko and Marco.
Thank you very much, Yanni. Coach Bo touching on execution for the Fighting Maroons, especially in the second half.
And I think one of the things that we're going to look at in the second half is the way they share the basketball. Only 5 assists so far for UP, for a team that averaged about 18 assists per ball game. So they're going to have to do a better job sharing that basketball.
Okay, let's find out what the Soaring Falcons discussed. They might have been, they must have been very, very upbeat in the locker room. So let's go to Rain Matienzo. Rain?
Miko and Marco, as the Falcons go hard on their defense successfully, they could finally pull the lever on their offensive plays. something that they struggled to do during their previous games. Coach Franz Pumaran this time around is pleased as the Falcons do a good job in recovering from their mental mistakes. We hustled and that is why we have the offensive upper hand. That is what Coach Franz said to the team as he asked them to keep up their relentless press. About Vince Magbuo stripping though, the Adamson community need not worry as he is good to play and will be back in the ballgame a little while. Nico and Marco.
Thank you very much, Rain Matienzo, reporting from the Adamson side of the basketball court. Lots of positives, obviously, for the Soaring Falcons.
And they're going to expect a lot more from Jerick Anmisi. So far, just 2 points in the game. Of course, Chauca and Jerome Lastimosa have starred here for Adamson, so expect Anmisi to be more aggressive in the second half.
When we return, we'll bring you the second half in this Sunday showdown between Adamson and UP. We'll be back in a moment. Back with us for our live coverage of the UAAP. Coho creating beautiful plays. That certainly is a great way to describe Val Chauca.
Off-footed, left-handed floater against 2 defenders.
I think because of Val Chauca, I will start covering games na nakabandana. Kasi I think may power siya eh. I think
Next game, ha?
next game, I am going to do it. If Direct Abet Ramos will allow me, magsusot tayo ng bandana on cam.
Oh, what a revelation. What an addition Valandre Chauca has been here for Coach Franz Pumaran. Gives them an added dimension.
Ang ipapaalam ko kay Direk Abet, if I'm going to be allowed to wear a bandana, you should also be allowed to wear a bandana.
Mas kailangan ko yun.
Wala akong sinasabi Ikaw nagsabi nun. Although honestly, I think you'll look better in a bandana than I ever will.
Meanwhile, a new combination here for Coach Bo Perasol as James Spencer is on the floor. Noah Webb as well.
Magbuos is back in action after he hurt his leg in the first half as Jerick Anmisi very calmly going to the basket for the layup.
After he beat Manzo off the dribble, no help defense there for UP.
Meantime, Kobe Paras goes up without the basketball and Kobe has been very busy fishing for fouls as he aggressively goes to the hoop.
That's exactly the word, aggressively going to the basket. That's what you love about what Kobe has brought to the table here in this ball game. 5 out of 7 so far. This is going to be his 8th and 9th free throws.
The foul is against Lenda Duanga, his second personal. First team foul against the Soaring Falcons. Kobe Paras has been steady from the free throw line.
And for UP, they're just going to have to try and chip away at this lead by making stops on the defensive end of the floor, whether they press against this Adamson squad or just play solid half-court defense.
2 for 2 for Paras. He's in double figures with 11 points to lead the Fighting Maroons. Duanga. Anmisi is in motion. Duanga. Wow, Manso really relentless in defending Anmisi. Chauca has it. 5 seconds to shoot. Chauca to Magbuhos. 2 seconds to shoot. Duanga has it. Not in time.
That's going to be a shot clock violation. Great stifling defense there.
Shot clock
And
violation.
whenever you have your big man, Bright Akweti, pressuring the defender or pressuring the point guard, that just shows you how aggressive UP is on the defensive end.
Manzo, Noah Webb, Kobe Paras, Bright Akweti, and James Spencer on the floor for UP. Spencer to Akweti. Shot clock reads 11. Outside to Paras. Paras on the move. Paras inside. Akweti with a rebound, and Noah Webb with the putback.
Now what I like about that sequence for UP is they started out by posting up Bright Akweti. Akweti is such a good passer off of the post, finds his teammates on the penetration. There was Kobe Paras, and then the help and the offensive putback from Noah Webb.
Emergency pass, wide open, Magbuhos. And the ball ends up with Spencer. Manzo on the move. Manzo steps on the brakes, outside Webb. Lots of time to shoot for the Fighting Maroons. They go to Akweti at the post. Outside Paras against Chauca. Kobe Paras for 3. Rebound for Magbuhos.
And if I'm Adamson, that's the shot I'm going to give Kobe Paras. Make him prove that he can beat you from the outside.
2 minutes having gone by in the third quarter. Jerica Nisi, where's he going? He needs help. Magbuhos, shot clock winding down. Duwanga to Anmisi. Runner is no good. And the ball is batted out. It will go to UP.
That's 2 good defensive stops on the part of the Fighting Maroons, and they have a chance to cut this down possibly to 12 points or even 11.
Soaring Falcons ahead by as many as 18 points. That will be a foul in the backcourt by Chauca.
It's going to be a bump
Pocket foul
on the
number
backcourt.
3. Val Chauca, that's his second personal.
And, I think we need to see a lot more of June Manzo on the floor. Former coach of Adamson, Mike Fermin. Their screens there, back there.
Over 7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Manzo. Here's Noah Webb, and Noah Webb really giving a lot of energy to this UP unit here in the third quarter.
He's made a positive impact. 4 points already for Noah Webb.
Fermin. And the ball will end up with Manzo.
Another good stop for the Fighting Maroons.
Manzo with a spin. Manzo to Spencer. Spencer for 3. Yes, sir!
And don't look now, the Fighting Maroons are starting to make a comeback.
Manzo with a PS Bankable assist. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maasahan. Apply online, no collateral.
Technical foul number 13.
Manzo making good things happen here for the Fighting Maroons. There's an assist to Noah Webb, and then another assist pass, that time to James Spencer.
That's why the UP crowd, the big UP crowd inside the Mall of Asia Arena coming to life. With 6:58 remaining in the third period, there is a foul against Manzo, his third personal. And that's why Jerica Nisi is on the free throw line.
So far, they have outscored Adamson 9-2 here in the third quarter.
Ball possession for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Substitution.
Adamson will have possession.
So there was a flopping foul on Manzo. Or the second flopping violation on Manzo. That's why.
Resulted in a technical.
Yeah, that's why you had a technical free throw for Admisi. So action continues here in the third quarter. Fermin outside of Chauca, guarded by Spencer. Shot clock reads 9. Chauca. Ooh, swiped by Juan Gomez de Leaño. Juan Giriel on the move. Juan Giriel on the way. Jollibee 100% amazing move for Juan Gomez de Leaño.
That's a great steal there, and then that soft, a smooth finish from Juan GDL.
Just an 8-point ball game. And Misi for 3. That's a long one.
That's going to be short, way short. UP has played tremendous defense against Misi.
Here's that silky smooth move by Juan Gomez de Leaño. So we're in the middle of a UP run here. Acueti to 1 GDL, blocked by Camacho. 1 GDL still with the basketball. Shot clock continues to run. 1 GDL for 3, yes sir!
5 straight points for Juan Gomez de Leaño. He and Manzo have been the spark here in the third quarter.
Just a 5-point ball game here in the third period. And Misi to Chauca. Chauca inside. Fermin for 3. Rebound, Kobe Paras. One GDL. He's feeling it. He missed it that time, and a long rebound picked up by Lenda Duanga.
Would have brought the house down, Miko. As Jerome Lastimosa makes ready to check back in.
This was once an 18-point lead for Adamson. And Fermin was caught stepping on the line. Turnover against Adamson.
This has been a big scoring run here in the third quarter. 14-3 in favor of the Fighting Maroons.
5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Acueti to Noah Webb. Noah Webb for 2. As we hit the Gatorade hydration checkpoint, Noah Webb brought a lot of positive energy. 1 GDL with big shots, and that's why UP is back in this ball game. Well, it is loud inside Mall of Asia Arena, and all these fans, whether they're wearing Adamson blue or UP maroon, they are really having a time of their lives here. But more so for the UP fans, because they've been waiting for a big run in this game.
And you know, it has been the bench of the Fighting Maroons that has been the reason for this fight back. They have outscored the bench of Adamson, now 16-15 from it being a 15-2 deficit at halftime.
But Jerica Misi answers back. Jerica Misi with 7 points.
Juan Gomez de Leaño has been a big part of that, so has Noah Webb. 6 points for Noah Webb, 5 points for Juan GDL, and another basket for Kobe Paras.
A nice cut and a nice finish for Kobe Paras. Domino's Pizza, what a delivery play. Cutting down that Adamson lead to 3. And Misi slices through, blocked by Paras. Duanga, bullet pass. AP Manlapas cannot penetrate. Manlapas to Lastimosa, and a shot clock expires on the soaring Falcons.
How about that help defense there from Kobe Paras coming out of nowhere. Here's that penetration.
As we look at our McDonald's instant replay.
Getting it out of there.
Meantime, here's Paras on the right side. Paras on the move. Paras for two.
Kobe's feeling it. 4 straight points.
A total of 15 for Kobe Paras. Just a 1-point game here in the third period. And how will the Soaring Falcons respond? Shot clock down to 4. Shot clock down to 2. Manlapas fires. Tip-in won't work. Duwanga could not secure the ball, and it will stay with Adamson.
Defense of UP rather has really picked up here in the third period, and you can see Bright Akweti double teaming the ball handler all the way out of the 3-point line.
Flowers takes the 3, short.
Probably not the shot you wanted if you're Coach Franz Pumaren. They had about 11 seconds on the shot clock. There you see UP bench points, 14 this quarter, just 2 in the first half.
Complete reversal of what happened in the first half, wherein Adamson's bench dominated UP's bench. Spencer for 3. Bright with an offensive rebound. Paras, hang time, blocked by Flowers.
Gallant stand there on the part of the Adamson defense.
Lastimosa, Manlapas, Anisi for 3. Another rebound for Akweti. 12 rebounds for Bright Akweti. David Merle, reverse, tight shot. Lastimosa has it, Lastimosa.
That's gonna be a dribbling violation there. Hey, Romigo, Bright Akweti looks to be in a little bit of pain. Walking gingerly back to the bench. But here's that dribbling violation. Good call by the referee.
Just a 1-point game for Adamson. We'll be back in a moment. Checking out our BDO coaches' winning ways. Dolrich Bo Perasol. Boy, he bleeds UP Maroon through and through. Played for the UP Fighting Maroons. And on close to 13,000 fans here witnessing UAAP Sunday. They saw that overtime victory by the UST Growling Tigers earlier over the NU Bulldogs. And now they're witnessing this uprising by UP in the third quarter.
Whatever Coach Bo Parasol said to them in that halftime huddle has really worked, as they have really turned this ball game around from being outscored 21-7 in the second quarter. Now they've outscored Adamson 20-5 here in the third.
Spencer will start the play. The Fighting Maroons hoping to regain the lead. One GDL block, but he is fouled, and opportunity here for UP to regain the lead from the free throw line.
One
Second
UDL
foul,
just
number 2,
drew
Jerry
3
Gonamisi.
defenders
And
on that
first personal,
penetration.
team foul number 3. Juan Gomez de Leano at the line, shooting two.
Juan Gomez de Leano, one of the big stories from the UAAP last year.
Yeah. Was the leading scorer for the Fighting Maroons, averaged about 18 points per game. This season so far has yet to hit his stride, but this could be his breakout game.
Coach Tab Baldwin of the league-leading Ateneo Blue Eagles. And the lead is back with UP, 47-46, as we approach the last 2 minutes of the third quarter. What a comeback by UP. Anisi. Shot clock reads 12. Jerica Anisi to Manlapas. Manlapas baseline. Manlapas scores.
Manufacturing that shot under the basket against Juan.
Lead is back with Adamson, 48-47. Spencer being hounded by Lastimosa. Webb. Shot clock reads 5. Paras has it. Kobe Paras. What a layup.
No help defense there after Paras beat Flowers on the dribble. Wide open lane for the finish.
And so back and forth we go here in the third quarter. This time UP is on top by 1. 1 minute and 10 to go in the third.
Look at the field goals, 53% from shooting, just about 23% in the second.
Points and points in the paint from Lenda Duwanga. Duwanga now with 9 points in the ball game. And a foul is spotted here against the Falcons.
See that penetration, no help defense as Duwanga was sticking a little too close to his man.
The 9 points for Lenda Duwanga. Kobe Paras with 17.
What a debut for Kobe Paras.
Kobe Paras and the Fighting Maroons hoping to get back on the winning track as Juan GDL hits the 3.
10 points in the game right now for Juan UDL.
So the lead is back with UP, 52-50, time winding down here in the third quarter. Chauca being hounded by Spencer. Shot clock down to 6.
That's going to be a foul. That's going to send Chuck with only the second or third team foul rather for the Fighting Maroons. So that's actually a good foul on the part of Spencer. Those are the numbers of Kobe Paras. 17 points, 7 of 9 from the line, 5 of 13 from the field. 8 points in this quarter.
Sean Manganti cheering for his former team as Manlapas fires. And that ball ends up with Chauca. They can try and go for the last shot here. 6 seconds to shoot. 3 seconds to shoot. Chauca for 3. And that ends the third period after trailing by as many as 18 points. The UP Fighting Maroons fighting back, battling back, and now regaining the lead. They're up by 2, 52-50 as we enter the fourth and final quarter.
start of the fourth quarter.
We are so glad you could join us for UAAP Sunday live from the Mall of Asia Arena. For all the fans watching us on SNA, watching us on iWant, on Liga as well as TFC.TV, thank you very much. And UP says thank you, Spencer, for that three-point shot.
What a spark this James Spencer has been off the bench, especially in that third quarter. That third quarter so far has been the highest scoring quarter of UP this season with 27 points.
Outscoring Adamson 27-9 in that explosive third quarter. Have to bear in mind that this UP team, they are really eager to bounce back from that performance against UST. Meantime, Lendo Duwanga is on the free throw line, and Duwanga now in double figures with 10 points.
Prior to that, Miko, their highest scoring quarter was 22 points that second quarter against UST.
Two for two for Duwanga. Still a three-point lead for the Fighting Maroons as we begin this fourth and final quarter. Steal, Manlapas. Quickly to Camacho. Camacho all the way. Camacho for two.
Good, strong finish there on the part of Camacho. That one off that 2-2-1 full court pressure.
And here's Swipe. Good hustle there by Camacho. But the ball will stay with UP.
There's that turnover. Nice pick off there on the part of Manlapas. This is where UP has to settle down.
Noah Webb outside to Paras. Lots of time to shoot. One GDL for three, short this time. Noah Webb again. Noah Webb, no! Chauka. Looking for teammates here. Camacho. Nice fake. Just couldn't finish.
Richie Rivero getting ready to check in. Did not see action the entire third quarter. No Bright Tacueti as well on the floor.
And Kobe Paras will miss. The tap by Duwanga ends up with Camacho. Chauca, Lastimosa, Duwanga, Manlapas, and Camacho. That's the Adamson unit on the floor. Duwanga at the post. Duwanga again.
Nobody there to box out Lenda Duwanga. Just too big.
Yamaha Mio #1 move for Lenda Duwanga was 13 points. And the lead is back with Adamson, 56-55. Bright Acueti and the UP Fighting Maroons, they've had to claw their way back in this game, trailing by as many as 18 points. Acueti so far with 6 points and 12 rebounds. And he's had to battle Duanga all game long.
And you know, one thing that they've done really well is take care of the basketball. Only 2 turnovers the entire second half for the Fighting Maroons.
Richie Rivero, blocked by Camacho. Jerome Lastimosa on the move. Lastimosa can't get the layup, but Camacho is there for an offensive rebound. Chauca to Manlapas. Manlapas for 3. Duanga with a rebound, and he is fouled.
As you mentioned, Duanga and Bright Acueti just battling under the paint. Duanga getting the better of Bright on that
Foul
sequence.
number 0, Bright Acueti. That's his second personal.
Only the second personal though on Bright.
Substitution. Javi Gomez Leaño returns, so David Morel.
See the return of Javi Gomez de Leaño replacing David Merle.
Lenda Duanga.
And all eyes on Lenda Duanga. That he has that unorthodox release, but it works.
So far, he's shooting 46% from the line this season. 6 out of 8 in this ball game.
And 13 rebounds now for Bright Acueti. Acueti putting the ball on the floor, going all the way for 2.
Good recognition there. Good aggressive move on the part of Bright Acueti.
And he ties the game at 57, our first deadlock since the start of the game. Chauca. Pass to Manlapas for 3 from the corner.
Finally connects from the outside. That's Manlapas.
Man Alive Vision player was Val Chauca. And here's a swipe. Chauca, oh, lost the ball.
2 players battling for that basketball. Al Chauca and Simon Camacho.
Here's that play. Camacho says, okay, Val, you can have it. But then it hit the knee of Val Chauca. And you can see the despair on Chauca's face.
Meanwhile, Coach Bo Perasol reinserts Jun Manzo for a little more stability on the backcourt. As he knows Adamson will put the pressure on.
Manzo. Rivero.
2-3 zone.
Manzo, wide open 3. Can't get the bounce. Good job by Manlapas tapping that ball over to Duanga.
Smart move there on the part of Coach Franz Pumaren, shifting to a zone, going to make UP prove that they can beat them from the outside.
Chauca for 3. And Kobe Paras gets the rebound. Paras, he's on the move. And that's a foul on Manlapas, and the UP bench asking for an unsportsmanlike foul, because anytime you embrace,
with good reason.
you wrap your arms around the play, whether or not there is intent to harm, that could be an unsportsmanlike foul. As we look at our McDonald's instant replay.
Referees are going to review that sequence. Although clearly there was no intention to hurt, but the unnecessary contact is what they're going to judge.
All right, they say it's just a personal foul against Manlapas.
Meanwhile, this matchup between Lenda Duanga and Bright Acueti. Duanga has 14 points, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks. Made that 8 rebounds, 3 blocks, and a steal to his name, while Acueti with 8 points, 13 rebounds, and a block on his stat line.
That's a great matchup in the middle as Kobe Paras. This is the first of 2 free throws.
7 out of 10 from the charity stripe. 10 free throw attempts already. This shows you how aggressive Kobe has been.
Second free throw is good. 18 points for Kobe Paras to lead all scorers. Chauca. Duanga. Lenda Duanga again. And Bright says, okay, that's enough. That's about enough. Here's Manzo. As we approach the 6-minute mark of the 4th quarter, Bright could not sneak through. Manlapas has it. And not anymore, but it's a reach-in foul against Jun Manzo.
Only the 3rd team foul for UP. Adamson with 1. It's just going to be a sideline inbound.
It is fourth personal, team foul number 3.
Fourth personal foul against June Manzo. And we'll take this timeout with 6:20 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. The Fighting Maroons down by 2. Richie Rivera and the Fighting Maroons trailing by 2 with 6:20 remaining in the fourth.
So far, still scoreless. 0 out of 4 from the field, averaging just 5.5 points per game this season.
Meantime, Manlapas has the basketball with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Chauca gets the handoff, 3 seconds to shoot. Chauca for 3.
Just a little too far there. Did not have enough time left on the shot clock. Coach Bo Perasol will continue to field in June Manzo despite 4 personals. There's that full court pressure once again from Adamson.
Manzo, Javi Gomez-Iliano, Richie Rivero, Bright Nacueti, and Kobe Paras are on the floor for UP. On defense, Chauca, Anmisi, AP Manlapas, Simon Camacho, and Linda Duwanga. Acueti trying to go for the Euro step and runs into Duwanga.
Big collision there between the 2 big men.
Third personal foul against Duwanga.
Clear blocking foul though on the part of Duwanga.
Second team foul against the Falcons.
Shot clock at 14 seconds.
And Manzo will start the play. Acueti. Acueti fires. Rather wild shot from Bright Acueti. Chauca quickly to Anmisi, quickly to Camacho, and maybe the pass was a bit too quick for Camacho. Turnover against Adamson.
Sorry, turnover there on the part of Adamson after making that good stop on defense. Let's see if they stick to that 2-2-1. Dropping down to a 2-3 zone.
Richie Rivero in the backcourt to Kobe Paras. Paras. That was intended for Javi Gomez-Iliano. Richie Rivero has it. Rivero inside, 2 points.
First 2 points of the game for Richie Rivero.
Jollibee 100% amazing move for Richie Rivero as we near the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Tied ball game at 60. Swipe by Bright. Bright's on the move. Bright all the way for the lead.
And they've been doing that all game long, that hard hedge on the part of Bright Acueti.
And we just hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint with the Fighting Maroons on top by 2. Chauca was sensational in the second quarter but has been quiet here in the second half. Manlapas pull up 3. It's good. And a foul.
A big shot there from AB Manlapas. Right in the face of Javi Gomez-Iliano.
Javi Gomez-Iliano
There's that sequence. A little bit of a crossover hesitation. And then elevates.
They complete the 4-point play. Bonus intro
That
for
was a
AP
three-point
Malapas.
shot, and AP Malapas, the pride of Pampanga, can make it a 4-point play.
Prior to that three-pointer, he was 1 out of 4 from long distance.
Well, he's not lacking in confidence. That's for sure.
That's the reason Coach Franz was kept him in the ball game.
Pressure in the backcourt. Falcons up by 2 as we approach the last 4 minutes of the fourth. Richie Rivero, slow-mo! Did you see how he did that in slow motion?
And I think an Adamson defender even got a piece of the basketball.
And we're tied at 64. Lastimosa could not get the pass, and somehow he got the ball back and he fires. It bounces on the top of the backboard, and it will stay with Adamson.
5.7 seconds left on the shot clock, but here's that drive once again. The master of the Euro step.
I think in the Euro continental step na ata yun eh.
And you know what makes it even more deceiving, Nico, is that ball fake, as if he was going to go for the layup early on in the sequence.
So the Falcons with 5 seconds to work with. 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. 3 seconds to shoot. Camacho is not aware. And his shot clock expires, and another strong defensive stand by UP.
Coach Franz Pumaren is irate after that turnover. Chance for UP to grab the lead. Derek Anmisi so far in this game has been a -12. They've been outscored by 12 points while he is on the floor. Just 7 points so far for Anmisi.
He's been hounded by Manzo and all these
Murrell.
other smaller defenders.
Multiple defenders being thrown at him.
Rivero inside. Richie Rivero is now the man of the moment.
What a time for Richie Rivero to explode here in the fourth.
All of his 6 points coming here in the fourth and final quarter. The lead is back with UP with 3:25 to go in the fourth period. Lastimosa for 3 is fouled, and he will take 3 free throws.
Foul number 10, David
Not a good
Morel.
foul there on the
That's
part
his
of
second
David
personal.
Murrow.
Transition.
Once again, here's that penetration.
Chauca.
So deceiving, can finish with either hand. That time kissing it off the
For
glass.
AP Malapas. Shooting 2 free throws. Jerome Lastimosa.
Gotta get the luxury that you have as Coach Bo Perasol. In the first half, it was Kobe Paras. Third quarter, it was Juan Gomez de Liano. Right now, Richie Rivero started out 0 out of 4. Currently perfect, 3 out of 3 in the fourth quarter.
That is the kind of firepower that is at the disposal of Coach Bo Perasol. Meantime, the man, our guest on the line is Jerome Lastimosa. The Adamson Soaring Falcons looking for win number 3, hoping to keep in step with the UST Growling Tigers.
Currently in second spot.
He missed the second of 3 free throws. So 2 out of 3 for Lastimosa. And that will tie the game at 66.
Still a lot of time here. Meanwhile, Adamson picking up man-to-man this time.
Oh, look out. Merle having problems with the ball. Rivero, he has been the man of the moment. They go to Bright Acueti at the post. Bright to Merle. Shot clock down to 7. 1 GDL has it against Chauca. 1 GDL. Step back, fall away is good.
What a tough shot there. Falling away to the baseline.
12 points for Juan Gomez de Leaño, and he gives UP a 2-point lead as we approach the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. Lastimosa, shifty, but he lost the ball. Duanga has it. Rebound, 1 GDL. UP on top by 2, and Coach Boss says, no need to rush. But Kobe Paras sees an open lane and finds Bright Akueti, but he missed it.
Right, asking for the foul.
Camacho to Chauca. Chauca for 3. Yes, sir!
What a big shot from Val Chauca. And it looks like he's cramping up.
He's been quiet all throughout the
Yeah.
second half.
What a time for him to hit that three-pointer.
Kobe Paras for 3 and a rebound for Duanga. The lead is back with Adamson as we enter the PS Bank last 2 minutes. PS Bank, pasend via mobile ang padala mo, cash agad in minutes. Steal! And a foul against Chauca.
Blocking foul number 3. Val
Must be a
Chauca.
blocking
That's his
foul.
third personal, team foul
Chauca was
number
asking
3.
to be substituted, but play did not stop.
Baby Malapas for Val Chauca.
Not allowed to call a timeout while ball is in play, and there's the foul, the blocking foul against Chauca.
You might need to reiterate that again. I think people see that in the NBA, but
Not in under FIBA rules. You
Yeah.
cannot call a timeout while the ball is in play. Probably what he should have done was really fall to the floor and to signal that he was injured.
because as far as the rules are concerned, the game continues.
Yeah. I think the referees are trying to clear how many seconds, what the exact time left on the game clock.
Well, right now it reads 1 minute and 49 with the Falcons holding on to a precarious 1-point lead, 69-68.
UP is in the penalty while Adamson with 3 team fouls.
Adamson soaring Falcons hoping to improve their record to 3-1. UP, they're coming off that loss to UST. They're hoping to bounce back and move up to 2-1 if they win this game. So it will be a personal foul against Chauca.
Big possession here for the Fighting Maroons. AP Manlapas is back in the game to replacing Balandre Chauca.
And Rivero will start the play for UP. He joins 1 GDL, Bright Akueti, David Merle, and Kobe Paras, and 1 GDL high looper. A long rebound picked up by Anisi. 1-point lead for Adamson. Under 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Manlapas drives. Manlapas scores!
What an X factor this AP Manlapas has been. There was a timeout called on the floor.
Timeout, UP Fighting Maroons.
AP Manlapas with 11 points for the Adamson Soaring Falcons, and he gives them a 3-point lead with 1.5 minutes remaining in the fourth.
Shot clock at 14 seconds.
Back with us inside the Mall of Asia Arena. The score is 71-68. Adamson on top with a minute and a half remaining in the fourth and final quarter.
Critical possession here for the Fighting Maroons as they've also called their last time out of the game. Set up this play.
Paras inside. Paras tough shot. Putback is good for Bright Akueti, and Bright Akueti with 12 points
Timeout.
and 15 rebounds. And he cuts down Adamson's lead to 1 point with a minute and 24 to go in the fourth period. Here's that drive by AP Manlapas. Season high, 11 points. And what a big quarter for him. 9 points in this quarter. Here's the miss by Kobe Paras, but Bright Akueti with 15 rebounds.
Oh, he has
Takes
really,
care of that miss.
he has really been Mr. Reliable on the glass here for the Fighting Maroons.
Jerome Lastimosa hounded by David Murrell. Lastimosa to Anisi. Anisi against Richie Rivero. Here's Manlapas. Big fourth quarter for him. And unsportsmanlike foul. Spotted by referee Jaime Rivano.
That's a big call there. So they're going to review that.
It is now quiet inside the Mall of Asia Arena as we await the verdict here. The fans reacting to the sequence involving David Murrell and Jerome Lastimosa.
I think they're going to get in for that a little bit of extra shove. And the fact that it is away from the basketball.
Number 10, David Morrell, that's his third personal.
So it is just
penalty.
a personal foul against David Morrell.
That's a lucky break there on the part of Murrell.
But UP is in the penalty. So this will mean free throws for Jerome Lastimosa.
Lastimosa so far 3 out of 4 from the charity stripe, has 9 points in the game.
The station, Aaron Flowers.
Adamson only with 3 team fouls, while UP already in the penalty, as you mentioned.
Shooting two, Jerome Lastimosa.
No problem on the first free throw for Lastimosa, is in double figures with 10 points. This could give Adamson a 3-point lead with a minute and 7 remaining in the game.
Adi Gomez de Leaño will check back into the game for this offensive sequence. Arguably the most potent 5 on the floor right now for the UP Fighting Maroons.
With 1 GDL, Richie Rivero, Javi Gomez de Leaño, Bright Akueti, and Kobe Paras. Under a minute to go in the ball game. Rivero lost the ball, picked up by Kobe to 1 GDL for Trey. Short. And Aaron Flowers has it. Falcons on top by 3.
Either Manlapas got a piece of that basketball.
10 to shoot. Lastimosa has the ball. Flowers, oh, turnover!
And again, that double team by Bright Akueti has been paying dividends for the UP Fighting Maroons. They've doubled that ball handler off the ball screen.
And a big chance here for UP. Remember, they no longer have timeouts in this game. They're down by 3. Under 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. Kobe Paras outside. Javi GDL. Yes, sir!
What a big shot from Javi Gomez de Leaño. First triple of the game.
Javi Gomez de Leaño ties the game at 73 with 17.5 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Here's that sequence. No timeout for UP. No problem on the penetration by Kobe. And then the kick out for the top of the key triple.
Coach Bob Perasol says, yes, sir, we're tied at 73. And Javi, that was his first field goal of the game. We'll be back in a moment. It is close game season in the UAAP. The nice pass by Kobe Paras. And what a time for Javi Gomez de Leaño to knock down his first field goal of the afternoon.
And that is the result of Kobe Paras being aggressive all night long. He has really put a lot of pressure on the defense, sucking the defense in. It's a good pop out there on the part of Javi Gomez de Leaño.
And this big Sunday crowd inside Mall of Asia Arena. They're about to witness yet another carjack finish. We had a carjack finish in the first game with UST winning over NU in overtime. And now here we are with 17.5 seconds to go. The Adamson Soaring Falcons, well, they can go for the win here if they wish.
Ideally, they would like to go for the last shot of the game. UP is in the penalty, so cannot foul here if you're UP.
Chauca. Ooh, dangerous pass. Manlapas. Manlapas to Duanga way outside. Lastimosa has it. Lastimosa for the win. We're going into overtime.
Not a good possession there if you're the Falcons. Did not get anything going to the basket.
Overtime.
Are you ready for 5 more minutes, my friend?
Of course.
Of course. We're always ready. Because at the end of 4 quarters, we're not yet done. The 4th quarter ends at 73 all. The Adamson Soaring Falcons and the UP Fighting Maroons are going into OT. Well, kasi hingi tayo ng hingi ng more. What's your more? All for more.
Yep.
And so more basketball action coming right up. We're in overtime in this showdown between the Adamson Soaring Falcons and the UP Fighting Maroons. The game earlier went into overtime. Chavio was the guy who sent that game into overtime earlier.
This is already our third overtime game this early in the season.
Jerica and Nisi, that's short. And the ball ends up with one GDL. One GDL wide open for three, rattles out. The Falcons start the overtime period with Chauca, Doanga, Nisi, Manlapas, and Camacho.
That's going to be a foul. I believe that's going to go against Bright Acueti. So that's going to send Volandre Chauca to the free throw line as UP is in the penalty.
There's the push coming from Bright Acueti. And Bright with 3 personal fouls, sending Val Chauca to the free throw line.
Chauca, the leading scorer for the Falcons with 20 points.
It's easy to see why Chauca is an Adamson fan favorite. You know, he's not afraid to take the big shot. James Spencer, he's suffering from cramps at this point.
Chauca so far 3 out of 3 from the line. They're gonna understand why several players are falling to cramps rather, as the intensity of this game has been such a high level.
Even Chauca is also succumbing to a bout with cramps, but he just has to fight through it. Oh, Chauca got his own miss, but it's going to be a lane violation.
And just like in any overtime period, crucial will be the first couple of minutes. As we saw in that UST-NU game, UST coming out strong in the overtime period, really putting it away early on.
Richie Rivero over to Bright Acueti, but a block by Manlapas. How big has AP Manlapas been in this game? And Jerica Nisi hits the ball against the leg of Acueti, so the ball will stay with Adamson.
And Bright Acueti has really battled through the pain this entire ball game, but impeccable timing there on the part of Manlapas.
Meantime, Jerome Lastimosa sets up the offense here for Adamson. Minute going by here in overtime. Shot clock down to 6. Simon Camacho on the right side. Turnover.
And again, Coach Franz Pumaren looking so irate as another possession there is squandered by the Falcons.
And another opportunity for UP to regain the lead with under 4 minutes remaining in the fourth.
Adamson right now with 21 turnovers in the ball game. UP has 17.
Good pass. Extra pass, 1 GDL. Extra pass, David Morel. And the rebound ends up with Camacho. Jerica Nisi has it. 3.5 to go in overtime. Hang time. It's good. Manlapas is the man of the moment.
What a revelation here for Coach Franz Pumaren. Look at this penetration, absorbing the contact, finishing off the glass.
Look at Coach Franz Pumaren loving that move by AP Manlapas, who is getting monstrous minutes, and we can see why.
And you know, you have to give a lot of credit to Coach Franz Pumaren. There were several sequences in the second half where Manlapas committed a couple of turnovers, could have pulled him out of the game, but instead stuck with this player, and it has paid dividends for him.
Playing his best game of the season and makes it a 4-point game for Adamson as we approach the last 3 minutes of the overtime period. Shot clock reads 12. Javi GDL, 1 GDL. Shot clock reads 7. They go inside to Acueti. A strong move for Bright Acueti. now with 14 points and 15 rebounds.
Knocked the wind out of Duwanga. He was erased from that sequence.
Still a 2-point lead for the Soaring Falcons as we approach the last 2 minutes. Shot clock reads 6. Lastimosa has it. Jerome Lastimosa to Manlapas. Manlapas connects.
And that's a triple. Referees are going to review. But what a big shot once again from Manlapas.
17 points for AP Manlapas, saying he is playing the game of his life. Steal, Lastimosa on the move, all the way, no! But they'll say it's basket interference.
Basket for Jerome Lastimosa.
What a run here for Adams. So that's 5 straight points. Shot clock winding down.
This shot was challenged by 1GDL, but Manlapas says it's fine. I'll take it and I will make it.
And here's that steal and then the layup and then the goaltending violation from Javi.
So the basket counts. It is 82-75 in favor of the Falcons. Two and 22 remaining in overtime, and the Adams and Soaring Falcons have built an 82-75 lead.
They've outscored UP 9-2 here in the overtime period. And credit AP Manlapas, he has been the biggest name here for Adamson. 17 big points, 5 of 9 from the field. Prior to this game, he's only totaled 4 points on 1 out of 6 field goal shooting this season.
Talk about a surprise package for Coach Franz Pomaret.
So apparently they're still reviewing whether that jumper by AP Manlapas will be ruled a 3-point shot.
In the meantime, the Adams and Soaring Falcons looking for win number 3. If they win this game, if they hold on, it will keep it step with UST, right behind undefeated Ateneo. Oh, what a weekend of basketball this has been.
Yes.
I mean, people are still talking about that Ray Suerte game winner, a 31-point game for Ray Suerte for the UE Red Warriors. And then earlier,
Renz Abando.
the legend of Renz Abando just keeps growing and growing and growing. The Ang Provinciano of the UAAP. And then we have this game, a rematch of last year's epic Final Four series. And now the UP Fighting Maroons hoping to erase this 7-point deficit as we approach the last 2 minutes of overtime.
So it's going to count as a 3-point shot. Adamson with a 7-point lead.
1GDL handoff. Kobe Parras, shot clock winding down. Shot clock down to 3. A wild shot by Kobe. And a shot clock expires on the Fighting Maroons.
That's going to be a shot clock violation there. As Kobe penetrated with just a little less than 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Now, the UP bench is saying that Kobe's attempt hit the rim, and therefore the shot clock should have reset.
And that's what the referees are going to review.
Did it hit the rim? No, it did not. And that's why the shot clock did not reset. And that's why the shot clock ultimately expired.
The call will stay. Adamson with the basketball. Manzo is back in the game.
Lastimosa, Anisi, Camacho, Duwanga, and Manlapas, who is playing the game of his young life. Anisi, he's been quiet, hounded by Richie Rivero. Anisi can't shoot. Shot clock down to 5. Lastimosa loses the ball, tapped out by Manzo.
We're going to have 3.4 seconds left on the shot clock.
3.4
Adamson has one
seconds on the
timeout
shot clock.
remaining, but they will not call it on
3.4
this
seconds,
sequence. UP has already used their last timeout here in overtime.
3 seconds to shoot. Duwanga, nope. Rebound for Juan Gomez de Leaño. 7-point lead for Adamson. Richie Rivero drives and misses. Acueti is fouled.
And UP continues to crash the boards. That time, Kobe, Paras, and Bright Acueti going for the offensive rebound. Acueti securing it,
Fourth personal.
drawing the foul against Duwanga. Rivero slow to get up.
Richie Rivero and Juan Gomez de Leaño and the rest of the Fighting Maroons they're looking for a way to erase this 7-point deficit. Bright Acueti on the line. Bright makes the first. Talk about working hard. Bright Acueti with 16 rebounds.
Tremendous effort here for Bright Acueti. He has played, 34 minutes?
But check that, 18 rebounds for Bright Acueti today. And 2 for 2. So 5-point game in favor of Adamson. 1:20 remaining in OT.
Adamson does not need to rush. That's going to be another turnover from Jerome Lastimosa. 6th turnover of the game for Lastimosa.
Here's Juan Gomez de Leaño. Drop pass stolen by Jerica Anmisi. Over to Camacho. Back to Anmisi. He's wide open. He takes the 3. Straight but short. Rebound Kobe Paras. Over to Bright Acueti. And it will be last touch on the Soaring Falcons.
What a sequence. Forward pass there from Kobe, and then Anmisi getting a piece of that. Manlapas and Acueti.
There's also a collision there between Manlapas and Bright. You can understand why Bright would need some extra minutes of rest here. He has worked tremendously hard. Coach Bo Perasol and the Fighting Maroons down by 5 points with under a minute remaining in the overtime period. And there appears to be swelling and maybe even a cut on the left cheek of Bright.
But there was actually no foul call on the floor, just an out of bounds call. Ball will stay with the Fighting Maroons.
So action will continue with 53 seconds in overtime.
The door is still open here for UP.
Kobe Paras. Nice pass by Juan Gomez de Leaño. And Kobe now with 20 points to lead all. But check that, 20 points to lead UP scorers.
UP
3-point game.
just down by 3 points.
Almost a turnover. And it's a turnover. June Manzo for 2.
Back-to-back turnovers for the Falcons.
Just a 1-point game. Boy, this UP defense has been relentless here in overtime.
And Manzo's got to be careful.
And Misi. Oh, steal! One GDL has it. One Gomez Aliano and a counter steal by Misi. And the ball ends up with Richie Rivero. Richie Rivero inside. And Bright Akueti, no! And there's a foul.
Doesn't get any better than this, Miko. Bodies all over the floor.
Linda Duwanga, 5 fouls.
Bright Akueti is draped over that A-board. Here's that steal from Anisi, counter steal.
Talk about a tight pass.
Oh,
I don't know if a pass can get any tighter than that.
but you have to give a lot of credit to Bright. Just battling through the pain. He continues to pound the ball inside. Accept the contact.
David Morel checks back in for Juan
There's a
Gomez
chance
Aliano.
to give UP the lead with 2.8 seconds remaining.
Bright Akueti has gone 4 out of 6 from the line today.
They run for mid for Linda Duwanga.
16 points, 18 rebounds for the UP
At
big
the
man.
line, shooting 2 free throws, 1 on 20. Aaron Flowers or Derek Ahanisi.
By the way, the foul was against Linda Duwanga, who fouled out after scoring 14 points and grabbing 11 rebounds. All eyes on Bright Akueti.
And he calmly makes the first free throw.
He ties the game at 82. This second free throw is for the lead.
Adamson still has a timeout remaining.
83, 82, UP on top. With 2.8 seconds to go, Bright Akueti gives UP the lead. We have a timeout. We'll be right back. Well, as the mantra of this season goes, all for more, carjack finishes.
And you know, Adamson was up by 7 points with about 2 minutes remaining. They've been scoreless for the past 2 minutes. UP is all up by 1, so it's been an 8-0 run here in the overtime period. And by my count, Adamson has had 3 straight turnovers in the last couple of minutes.
But Adamson can make up for all of that if they make a basket here. With 2.8 seconds to go, they're down by 1. Chauca will start the play. Chauca needs a target. He needs a target. He finds Lastimosa. And Lastimosa is blocked. And that's the game. The UP Fighting Maroons are back on a winning track, winning in overtime, 83-82.
And I don't think they got the possession that they wanted out of that timeout. Lastimosa with 2.8 seconds remaining got the ball in the corner. had nowhere to go. Well defended by UP. What a much deserved win for the Fighting Maroons.
This is the final score. UP down by as many as 18 points. And somehow, in some way, they win in overtime by 1 point.
Back and forth battle.
We had 14 lead
Yeah.
changes.
And we thought the UST NU game was a classic. This game proving to be a classic as well.
Our PS Bankable player of the game is Kobe Paras, leading UP with 20 points and 6 rebounds. PS Bank home loan, isang araw lang may bahay ka na, so it was a triumphant debut.
Yeah.
So welcome to the UAAP, Mr. Kobe Paras.
This is a debut almost 2 years in the making.
Yep, Dataland Residential's quality win was won by the UP Fighting Maroons. What a way to repay the faith of this mammoth UP crowd inside the Mall of Asia Arena.
UP will now go up to 2-1. Adamson will drop to 2-2.
Our AXA Know You Can player of the game. Well, he basically nailed the winning points for UP with those critical free throws and all the rebounds, battling Lendo Duwanga all game long. He had collisions, he has a cut on his face. But Bright Akueti showing that he will do whatever it takes to help UP win.
Monster numbers from Mr. Brightside. 18 points, 6 of 16 from the field, 18 rebounds, 10 of those on the offensive boards. Had an assist and a couple of steals to his stat line. Monster numbers once again.
And he's also getting the MVP chance.
He has been the most consistent performer for the UP Fighting Maroons this season.
Wow, hashtag 16 strong. This UP team showing a lot of resilience. You know, for the fourth quarter, overtime, they wala na silang timeout, but they somehow found a way to win. On Wednesday, the UP Fighting Maroons will take on the NU Bulldogs. The Adamson Soaring Falcons will try and bounce back against the dangerous UST Growling Tigers. And then rivalry game at 4 p.m. the Tamarauts take on the Green Archers. So we'll be back here at the Mall of Asia Arena for our Wednesday triple header.
Yeah, the schedule just keeps getting better and better.
I don't think this is good for our health. All these close games.
Those are monster games up ahead on the schedule. But again, a classic Sunday showdown here. UST and NU, and then top it off with UP and Adams, and both games going to overtime.
Tremendous effort from both teams. The Adamson Soaring Falcons led by as many as 18 points. They looked like they were on the way to victory, but the UP Fighting Maroons found a way to win. They found their will to win and somehow, in some way, battled back, forced this game into OT, and won it in the extension period, 83-82. For Rain Matienzo, Yanni Mayo, my partner, Marco Benitez, I'm Miko Alili saying thank you for watching the UAAP on SNA.